Hi, my name is Dewey. This is my wife Kimberly. We dated 2 years.
2.5.
2.5 years. Have been married for 3 years. We don't have any kids yet. Kimberly is 26 years old. She was born in San Antonio. She went to college at UT Tyler, where we met in engineering school. She's working as a mechanical engineer for a company called Cameron.
This is my husband Dewey. He's 27 years old. At the age of 16, he was born in Vietnam, and at the age of 16, his parents sent him to the United States to study, where he eventually went to UT Tyler to study electrical engineering, and that's where we met. And now works as a project engineer for VME Process.
Well, we met the first time 8.5 years ago through a class called Student Learning Community for Engineer.
Yeah, I walked into the room and it's mostly guys because it's engineering, and groups had kind of already formed, but there was this Asian guy just sitting there with his Mac laptop already up and running. He had a lanyard around his neck, braces, and he just smiled real big at me and said hi, and we met. And his Vietnamese accent was pretty thick, but from there we started our friendship. And through college we studied in groups together. We remained friends. We were involved in the same college church ministry, and it was interesting because I would see him at school and at church, and although he didn't have a car, so somehow this Asian guy was getting around the town. But after 3 years of remaining close friends, we started spending more time together. We took some dance classes, ballroom dance classes on campus, and he taught me how to play tennis, which now I beat him at tennis almost every time.
Debatable.
And then our friendship just really grew from there. But since high school, I really had been praying for a mate and for God to just prepare a mate for me. While I was, starting in high school and until I met him, and all along I was praying for Dewey without realizing it.
When I first met Kimberly, she impressed me, a very attractive and smart girl. There are not that many attractive girls out there that can solve math problem like her. I remember her as also very sporty. She often wear tennis shoes and baseball caps. Even though at that time I didn't know anything about American sport, I didn't own any baseball cap. I have no idea how to talk to American women. But I sensed in Kimberly her love for God and her desire to serve God. And as a young man at that point, I was also praying for a mate who understand and respect me, and who love God and have a passion for His people. And I didn't know that God was preparing Kimberly for me.
And so the summer before senior year, he started asking me all these random questions. We would hang out and he'd say, hypothetically, if this white guy wanted to date this Mexican girl, do you think they should date, or do you think they would have cultural issues and problems? And I didn't realize he was kind of seeing how I thought about cultural relationships, different cultures. And I just told him, if God calls two people together, then it's for a greater purpose than their cultural backgrounds, and that it's not about race, but God's purpose and glorifying God through that together. And so finally at the end of that, I guess my answers were good. He asked me if I would ever consider dating him, and that's where our story began.
So with that, we would like to invite you to New Song Fellowship Relationship Night on February the 9th. We'd like to share some more of our life stories and how God put very unlikely people, two different people together for one common purpose. And we want to answer any question that you might have about us, and we'll talk to you about the ins and outs of datings and how to find your mate and how to keep your mate. So we'll see you there.
See you there.